Strike three call. Smoke didn't like it, thought it was upstairs, and he threw him out of the game. Smoke gets thrown out of the game by the home plate umpire, Mike Estabrook. But the Blue Jays have taken the lead here in the top of the 12th. This pitch looked to be upstairs. Smoke thought it was ball 4, and he gets tough against lefties so far. Doing a pretty good job against them. Brandon Drury takes the first pitch strike. Drury ground out third base his first time up. Drury didn't like that call.
Speed. Drury started turning around his season the last time these two teams hooked up.
Come on, man.
You could hear Drury's reaction to Adam Hamari, the home plate umpire. And Charlie. And now he wanted to throw him out initially, hesitated. Now he throws him out. Charlie Montoya gets thrown out for the first time, but he keeps Drury in the game.
Yeah, he takes that one for his team. His argument might be, hey, my pitcher was thrown it there and he wasn't getting the call, and now you call it. But he saved his teammate from getting thrown out for a strikeout, but he thought this pitch was low, and I think he's got an argument. You asked the umpire after the first one, is that as low as you're going to go? That one was around the shins as it crossed home plate.
0-1. Check swing. He didn't go, says Marty Foster at third.
They're giving him a little chin music and a little language from.
He went.
Well,
is what Lucas says.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, you can't argue balls and strikes, and it would appear that Ricky is going to get the hook in this one.
Rendon's going to get rung up on a fastball that he thinks was off the plate.
Got to save him here.
Oh, and he's been tossed out of the game. When he put the bat down on the ground to show Buckner where the pitch was, he got ejected.
He didn't think it was a strike, and you see Grandal reach all the way over there, and it was off the plate. Pretty close, though. And right when he starts pointing, you're thinking you got to save him. You got to keep him in the ball game. And then right here he points with the bat on the plate, and that's automatic. Anytime you do that, when you draw it with your bat, it's an automatic ejection. The third career ejection for Anthony Rendon.
And it's a little bit low. Fegley can't believe it. And Bob Melvin is all over DJ Rayburn. I think he missed it.
Well, and he can see, he might have been fooled because it was a cutter, and he might have been fooled because Bob Melvin can see the height. Oh man, that's a strike.
That's a strike.
That is a strike. Wow. I'm surprised Bob Melvin stayed in the game, but
I think Encarnacion thought it was going to be a strike.
Yeah, and it should have been.
So 2 on, 1 out. Here's Vogelback.
How do you miss it?
Center field. Laureano's going back, and Laureano turns around, and it's gone. Wow. Vogelback ties it with a 3-run homer.
Yeah, and he just threw him out, and Bob Melvin's going to get his money's worth.
Well, that's
wow. Well,
that's one where if you're a manager, I mean, you're going to argue. You have to do it.
And you know what? You said it right. It's an important pitch, and he made the perfect pitch to get the strikeout, which he should have gotten, because the power of Vogelback coming up.
But this would appear to be one of those situations where maybe you have to think about it.
Oh, that got him in the hand trying to bunt.
It looked like it got all hand. I don't know if it caught any of the bat that time. I'm sure Bruce Bochy's going to say that he was attempting to bunt the ball, and if you're swinging and get hit by a pitch, that's still a strike.
Bochy trying to get an explanation from Andy Fletcher, and he's saying exactly that. He was trying to bunt.
Yeah, we saw Andy Fletcher call the other 3 umpires in, and one by one he pointed at him. What did you see? What did you see? Uh-oh. Like a very low-key ejection right there by Andy Fletcher.
13th season as the Giants skipper, and this one will end early for him. Dyson's going to take his base at first. Looks like he'll remain in the ball game.
Wow, that's a huge break for the Diamondbacks right there. It certainly appeared to me that Dyson was trying to bunt that ball, offering at it when he got hit in the hand. I think Bruce Bochy has an argument right here. He's not going to win it.
They called him out. Looks like they are. I thought initially they were signaling a foul ball. Well, but with counsel out there.
Home plate umpire Brian O'Neill was asking Jeff Kellogg. I'm not sure what they're doing here, but Craig Counsell not happy.
And they're going to have a little chat about it, this umpire crew. Jeff Kellogg is the crew chief.
Orlando Arcia never got out of the batter's box. Let's see, does it hit the foot? Can't tell on that angle. That's a good job of acting if it was. I don't think guys can think that fast.
No.
They're calling him out. Wow.
Well, that's Craig Counsell's he's hot.
It's going to be a 5-3 put out.
Yeah, he's going to let him hear about it. That last replay, it seemed like it went off the foot. Counsell has just been ejected.
3-2 pitch. Inside corner and struck him out, and that's a tough AB for Fowler. And Mike Schilt has been ejected. Jeremy Rehak ejects Mike Schilt. You could see the umpire waving as if to say that's enough, and Schilt did it right back to him and then threw him out of the game. Unlike this is where you have to stand up for your player. Those are two bad calls.
We got it twice in the at-bat. Should have walked and certainly should not have punched out. Dexter has had such a good eye all year to working counts, working at-bats. Schilt knows that. Schilt also knows that he's not up there begging for strikes or begging for calls. Hasn't happened. He's got his guys back.
I've talked to Mike about ejections and when you don't go out there, and he said, really, I try not to go out there all that much. And we're going to see that was the 3-0, and that's the 3-2. Terrible. And Mike said basically, I don't want to show up anybody. I'm always going to have my players' backs, but you can't win.
Pirates made a lot of moves over there. Gone almost 2 weeks, so there's some new faces. If you haven't been with us, Marquez, a busy guy, and Elmore doesn't think he tagged him. That ball almost popped out of Marquez's glove, and I'm surprised if he tagged him, that ball would have popped out of his glove. It was right on the edge, hanging out of that glove. And I can't imagine he struck Elmore with it without the ball falling out of it. Let's see it here. See where the ball is in his glove? Now it dipped down into his glove. Well, he hit him with his hand.
You want to look at it?
At this stage, why not? Let's see. Well, the ball does disappear in there. He never hit him with the glove. He just hit him with his hand.
Yeah, it's bare hand.
Yep. He's safe. Slow down. That doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. You got the wrong hand, Mr. Marquez. The ball's in the glove.
Listen to Jake Elmore. He immediately knew that he was safe. Get on the bag. You can hear Kamara Barty. Get on the bag. You're not on the bag. Get any blimps flying overhead. Everything.
This would be very surprising. And they call him out? Clint wants to talk this one over.
And he's going to get ejected for asking about replay, but he's right. I mean, that was
as clear cut as can be, and you can't eject, or you can't argue replay. It's an automatic ejection, and Hurdle's going to stand his ground, and I like it because that is about as clear cut as it gets from what we saw, and they didn't see it that way in New York. So I'm glad Hurdle set his piece, stick up for his player.
Wow, late.
Yeah, Braun did not like that call.
McCutcheon didn't like strike 3. Ryan Braun. That was pretty close, but watch how late it was. It took him forever to call the strike.
Here's the 1-2, and down he goes. And Braun will probably have a parting word for the home plate umpire, as he does, and now he's been thrown out. You knew that was coming.
Yeah, well, it took him a while. He turned around and said something and threw him out. Mike Estabrook.
Now that hurts because the Brewers carrying just a 4-man bench anyway.
Well, he did actually say something right away.
That was the second turn that got him tossed. Now Craig Counsell is out. Yep, the second look. He gave him one look. Kane. And it's a strike.
All day long. All day long. That was not a strike. That's a big call right there. This is clearly off the outside corner.
Instead of 3-0, it's 2-1. Arrieta deals. Kane takes a strike. Arrieta went to the same spot. That was a little bit lower actually, but same corner. And he gets the call, and it's 3-2. And Kane to the right side grounds out to end the inning. Well, we had some fireworks between innings while we were away. Craig Counsell has been ejected from this game. Home plate umpire Mike Easterbrook ejects the second Brewer of the game. Braun went earlier. Now Counsell is tossed. Counsell was motioning to Easterbrook between innings, just saying, look, you're missing pitches by this much. And Easterbrook squared up with him and then tossed him out. And then it got really intense.
Yeah. Well, it's been one of those days. I mean, Craig Counsell, defending his team. And what you do like about the whole situation is that Lorenzo Cain was able to keep his cool and stay in the game, let his manager take care of things. Who's the aggressor now? Mike Easterbrook is all in the face of Craig Counsell. I will say this has been one of the worst strike zones we've seen this year.
Easterbrook got right in on the hat, under the hat of Craig Counsell.
Yeah.